Oh my gosh, come on in, fellow pop culture aficionado.
Or our moms.
Hi, moms. Enjoy us on the couples couch. We saved you a seat.
We're Tanner and KB Cunningham, a married couple who dish out hilarious banter and spark interesting conversation.
From the wild world of reality TV and the furthest reaches of the internet, we're here to unpack it all. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's explore the fascinating intersectional world of pop culture. Good morning from the couples couch.
Good morning, beautiful. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, April 17th.
It's April 17th. I don't know if that, you know what? That day was significant a few years ago. It's the day you flew home.
True, yeah. I was just looking at my Snap memories, and I came home on a United Airlines flight. Mm-hmm. Haven't been on a United Airlines flight since.
I helped you pick that flight.
You did.
And when you came home, we kind of officially started dating.
That's true, we did. 3 years ago.
Happy officially dating me.
Happy officially dating to you too.
I love you.
I love you, beautiful.
Yes, we're gonna tell you about the night that I was told Tanner that hey, I think I'm in love with you. Mm-hmm. But we missed the date, and it was sometime a couple weeks ago. So
it was, yeah.
So we missed it.
We missed it, but we remembered this one.
We're not the best at anniversaries, except for our wedding anniversaries. Other than that, we're just it's kind of all it's all history. It's all beautiful, but it's all just oh, if we see it, that's great. We'll acknowledge it. But...
And we'll celebrate holidays in our own ways. It's not I feel the pressure to buy a gift or anything, you know? Mm-hmm. It's maybe we spend time together. Maybe we'll watercolor something for each other or and I really enjoy that because mm-hmm. it shouldn't just be about buying to consume. It should be the act of you want to do something specific for your loved one, your partner, whoever it is.
Absolutely. No, I love that. And I really appreciate that we do that because honestly, with consumerism and just the pressure to buy somebody a gift or it's just all, it's so messy. It's just capitalism. Mm-hmm. And it's just at the end of the day, it's not about what you buy me, but it's I do love things, but I'd rather take time and do something with you or take something to learn something new about you or to learn to have an experience with you that we haven't done or
just to have that quality time attached mm-hmm. to the gift as well is really beautiful.
Yeah, no, and that's why we talk about this a lot, but we love watercoloring together. And sometimes we'll make each other gifts and sometimes it's just to do it for fun, but it's just that act of getting to have an experience together and create. It's really beautiful.
It is. It's my favorite. Yeah. Some other exciting news. Cass is coming quickly.
Cass is coming. She'll be here tonight. I'm thrilled.
Me too. I got some housework to do, but it's all happening.
It's all happening. No, our house is fully picked up, but we love to deep clean before people come. So
yeah, so
we'll be deep cleaning our own house.
You'll have a nice clean bathroom,
this afternoon.
Cass.
Yes. I know this morning at 6 a.m. I was picking up my bathroom because as you know, Tanner and I don't share a bathroom, but when company comes,
we do.
Tanner removes all of his things from the guest bathroom and puts it in my bathroom / our shared bathroom for the week. So yeah, it's good. So but we've been up doing things. So 6 a.m. I was cleaning out my bathtub, cleaning up all the little things, throwing out all the extras because I was Tanner's gonna clean in here. I don't want it to be disgusting when he comes and cleans. So I want it to just be all he has to do is wipe surfaces and mop the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we've been up to this morning.
Yeah, it's been a fun, productive morning.
Absolutely. And then last night I washed my hair for the 14th time.
Your scalp, your poor scalp.
My scalp actually is the cleanest it's been in years. Okay, my scalp has not been this clean since 2010.
No, that's actually
that's
fair.
The last time I washed my hair 3 times a week, I think.
Yep.
No, my scalp has not been this clean in years. And honestly, I need to stop washing it because it's gonna start itching soon if I'm not careful.
Oh, true.
Yeah, just
dry.
It'll get dry. But yeah, I use a special shampoo anyway from my dermatologist. If you're having bad scalp issues, go see your dermatologist.
Right.
Seriously, they can change your life.
True.
But yeah, so I say all to say, I wash my hair. It looks basically how I want it to look.
It looks great.
There's a couple pieces that I'm oh, I need some more product or pieces just because it's a little frizzy. But I was having this revelation last night as my hair was drying before my eyes, and I was okay, I'm not hideous anymore. I felt just be completely transparent with you all.
No, that's
felt hideous for the last 3.5 weeks. My hair has been having a hard time. I've been having a hard time. Life is really good, but hard time. It doesn't mean that 17 other things aren't happening that you're nervous about or that you're working on or you just don't feel your best. And so I had the realization as my hair was drying. I said all that to say that I need to stop taking other people's opinions on what to put in my freaking hair
Right.
and go with what I already know and what has been tried and damn true. And I'm not sorry that I cussed about that, because every time I go into a salon
Yeah.
or go to somewhere, they're like, oh, you should do this. You should try this. And I remember a stylist once going, you don't use this on your hair? Or like, how does it ever look good?
So judgy.
And I was like, well, you were there. It was when I got my hair done.
Oh, I do. I know exactly
And
who
I was
you're
just
talking
like,
about.
so I started
She honestly had an attitude from the jump.
She did. And it was just like, she cut my hair great.
No, it was a fabulous cut.
And I like went back to her several times, but I just like, I did not like her energy. So I stopped going there.
Yeah.
But she was kind of like, you need to be doing like this, this, and this. And I was like, I thought my hair already looked good. And then like, she was training my hair to do it something different than like what I like.
Right.
Like she wanted more like hold. And I honestly like my hair a little bit bigger. And like, I want it to be kind of waspy in the wind. Like,
yeah. No, truly. And like, you should, I love that you now know, like, use your own intuition. Like, do what you know works best for you. Like, these people.
I've been doing this for the last 15 years.
Exactly. This stuff grows from your head, not hers. Like, or from anyone. Like, they think that they're experts. I understand they went to like school and like they've been doing it for years themselves and have dealt with all kinds of hair and textures and things.
Don't do your hair on a daily
exactly.
basis. And there's also their preferences.
And it's also not growing out at the top of their head.
Yeah, no, seriously. And like I get people need help with their hair, but I've honestly been on my hair journey. Like I love hair and makeup.
Yes.
Like I went to the Clinique counter for the first time before this girl's Nicole's 13th birthday, and my life forever changed.
Love, yeah.
My grandma took me to the
obviously
Clinique counter.
I'm like at 13, you're saddling up to the Clinique counter. No wonder you look like you were running HR.
I need to pull that photo up. I saw it the other day.
Yeah.
I've been looking like I run the HR department since I was 12. I used to wear Alfred Dunner clothes because that's all that fit me because I was a little fat toad. And like they didn't have like options then, you know? It was just like the kids' clothes or like the adult misses. And I was an adult missus, baby. But yeah, so I've always been like an old lady.
Yeah.
I've always been working on my hair.
For sure.
Like, so I should trust my gut in that. And the fact, like, I just like, yeah. And I'm like, so there's been so many things. And I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound cocky, but I have great hair.
No, you do. And that's not cocky.
And when it doesn't look good, I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've lost a piece of me.
You know how I kind of knew you felt your hair wasn't at its peak?
When
you said to me a couple weeks ago, should I straighten my hair?
Yeah.
Like, no.
No, it was literally just last week. I was like,
yeah.
Should I straighten my hair? Like, it just doesn't look good. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to control it.
Yeah, I knew you're
back, baby.
Yeah, I knew you're your low point, and now she's back at a high.
Oh, I'm back at a high, and I just feel like so much more attractive. But I've been having a lot of hair woes. Mm-hmm. And guess what? I say all that to say people usually have really good advice.
Sometimes, yes.
Take it with like bits and pieces. No, I think some people need more hair advice.
Oh, certainly.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's fair.
But if like you have good hair and like you know what's working for you, like you don't always have to fix it.
Right.
And I always have to change it. I have this friend that like straightens her hair a lot, but also anytime she wears it wavy, I'm just like, wow, she knows what she's doing. And it looks so good.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah. And I'm like, you know what? She probably didn't have people tell her that. She like just knows her hair. Like I want to like remember that confidence when I'm like starting to struggle.
Well, it's so hard too because we're always seeing like new products come out and we're always seeing TikToks of people using this and telling us this worked for them and like we like them so we trust their opinion, so it's easy to like want to buy and like try something, but we say all that to say don't do that. Like stick with what you know. If it's working for you,
if it's working for you, stick with what you know. And you know what you were saying, like I definitely agree with. Like I'm all about being a lifelong learner,
right?
And that's definitely been a part of my hair journey. Like I've switched from like wearing my hair to I used to wear my hair to bed wet all the time,
right?
Like I think about even just like 3 years ago when I first moved to Colorado, like I basically just like slept with my hair in like 2 little braids and take them out every morning.
Like was your pillow just like not sopping wet? I just don't, that doesn't math me. That doesn't math.
I would just like spray them down before.
Okay,
but even
it wasn't soaking
but
wet.
you shouldn't go to bed with your head wet, like really even damp, because like it just like keeps the frizz and like makes it like soak up in there
and
for the
also,
whole night.
I feel like Chinese medicine would say no to that as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because you're supposed to be like warm as you're going to sleep. Now I like to be freezing as I go to sleep, but I'm usually hot when I'm in bed, so
that's fair.
Yeah, so I thought trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
If your hair is already looking great, don't worry about like the trends of it all. And if you're in like a little hair rut, like just give it a couple days.
True. Or cut it all off.
I mean, I was a month, but I'm getting a haircut on May 1st.
Yay.
Can't wait.
I know, me either. So
that's what I did last night.
That's what you did last night. What did I don't know what I did last
You
night.
cleaned the oven.
Oh, I cleaned the oven.
You were in here cleaning. You were cleaning the oven. Tanner, we got some new oven cleaner, and Tanner was so excited to use it. I was like, baby, I gotta go wash my hair again. Like, I just, like, when I tell you I was, like, so self-conscious down in the dumps yesterday, like, I was.
Yeah.
And
that's okay. Everyone has those days.
Tanner was like, yeah, like, take your time. Go do what you need to do. And I was like, thanks. Like, I don't want to cook. I don't want to do anything. Like, can you? And so, like, he just handled everything else, and I went and handled my hair. And I'm, like, a much better person for it.
Yeah. Yeah, the oven cleaner was great. Got a lot of the gunk out. Love to see it. That was kind of it. We watched a lot of TV, which was great.
We watched a lot of TV, which is what, like, we'll definitely get into. But we got our Apple TV went out, which was sad. So we got the new thing, like, hooked up. It wasn't new. We just found an extra device that we had around here.
Yeah, we had an extra Fire Stick just laying about, and so we plugged it up. It's working fine. It serves the purpose. I have no issues.
Yeah, it's working, and we got to watch. We watched everything last night. I know we told you all that we would probably just watch Vanderpump. Guess
we
what?
Did not.
Once we sat our A's down on the couch.
We just did a slow Bravo roll.
We just had, like, our snacks laid up across our coffee table. It was like, here's our chips and salsa.
Yeah.
Here is our
burrito beef.
Burrito beef. Here's our peanut butter chips. Here's our chocolate chips. And, like, we didn't move. And you know what? It was good. I was just tired. Yeah,
we have been moving and grooving. So it was nice to just veg out for a couple of hours on the couch, just do a slow Bravo roll. We literally just turned on Bravo and watched for 2.5 hours. It was great.
Well, it was probably like 4 hours because we pause and talk the whole
time. True.
Like, I think we started at like 6 because we're in Colorado and we could, like, you all get up much earlier, much later, but because of how the things work, I think we started like 6.
Yeah.
And we didn't, like, end till like 9:30, and it's because we just kept, like, pausing.
Yeah.
Pausing. The pause and talk.
The pause and chat, yeah, for sure. So the first thing that we watched was Vanderpump Rules.
A banger. I love that theme song.
I know. You know, it's what's the highlight?
You know, it's our time. These are the best days of our lives. Just raise your glasses high. This one's for you tonight.
But yeah, it was great. I think that they have truly picked up the pace, which I've said every time this last couple of weeks, but it's true. Like,
yeah, the last 3 episodes have been like, I want to rewatch them. Tanner and I used to rewatch episodes that we really enjoyed because there's so much in them and you don't want to miss it. We haven't been rewatching episodes on Bravo in the last 6 months because it hasn't been that great, to be honest. Only Summer House has really been just, like, hitting, and we just haven't been rewatching it because we watched the after show.
Yeah.
But those I might rewatch.
Oh.
And we started out yesterday with being good as gold.
Good
again.
As gold.
Screamo version.
Screamo version. Yeah, so Sheena Shay is shooting her music video at Kyle Chan's jewelry store in Hollywood. And I think, who is 27, what's their names they're doing a collab with?
The 27s.
Oh, thank you. She's doing a collaboration with the 27s. And, I mean, cool.
What I have to say about this is that Kyle Chan.
Yeah.
This is actually not where I need to go, but I'm going to go here. Kyle Chan was a known person at the scene of the crime. Kyle Chan continues to talk to Tom Sandoval. Kyle Chan has all these things. I'm just saying the line's always moving based on what you need.
True. And it depends on who you are. Because, like, even Lisa Vanderpump, I think it depends on, like, what level of friend you are. Like, if you are a friend who brings something to the table, like, I can shoot a music video in your jewelry store.
And, like, we're not that close.
I'm not going to be mad at you about it.
Yeah.
If you're Lisa Vanderpump and you're going to host a party at my house for me, I'm not going to be that mad about it.
No, absolutely.
So, I don't know. It's all about what you can get out of people sometimes.
That's true. That's true. But I just had that thought. I was just like, okay.
But I think that's why the line is moving, is what I mean.
Yeah,
you know?
The line is always moving.
Yeah.
Yes, Candace Dillard Bassett, the line is always moving. She needs to make that as a t-shirt. I would buy it right now and pour into that baby fund. Like,
that's literally what I was going to say, especially now that she's going to be a mama. Like, that'll set our baby up for college.
Yeah, no, seriously. And, like, that's all she, like, I believe in having, like, the type of wealth where you can send your kids to college.
Yeah,
and, like,
of course.
That's what I want to do. So if she can start building that now and build her empire all throughout.
Stunning.
Candace Dillard, I will buy your shirt. The line is always moving. Make it. I would prefer it as a hat. I think it would be amazing.
I would just want some final say on fonts. We've had some recent font issues in our condominium. They've been putting up signs, and I'm really upset about the font they chose.
Oh, it's so hideous. Yeah,
a
good font will change your life. A bad font, like,
will make you sad.
That you don't have style
or taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and all that to say, they're filming the music video. Katie doesn't come because she has an illness where she sends a selfie of her in full glam.
Yeah, she's like, I'm sick, and then she sends a full glam selfie with a head on the hand.
Sick.
Yeah.
Boo, you whore.
Boo, you
like,
whore,
that's what
literally.
It was giving. But I think it's just because of, like, the whole Joe blow up that just happened.
Right, and Sheena says, like,
I don't want to come dance in your music video.
She thinks it's because Lala and Katie had that blow up about Joe on the last episode, and I agree. Like, Katie she's a good time girl. I'm not saying that, but she's also, I don't see her as like a dancer necessarily.
Yeah, and
like
Katie
Ariana's a dancer. She was on Dancing with the Stars. She was on Broadway. Like, she's a dancer.
Lala goes to the club. Lala used to go to the club all the time. I know all these people went to the club, but I feel like Lala was in the club.
Lala was getting down in the club. Katie was in the club.
Katie was in the club. I think she was like shimmying her shoulders.
Like how I would be in the club, frankly. Like, I'm not getting down in the club. Like, I'm doing a little shake, a little shimmy.
Have you ever gotten down in a club?
I've been to a club, but I've also just done like a little slow roll.
You're a shimmy shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot for men to do, though, other than like get ground upon, and like that wasn't happening.
Ground. Have ground my spices into you.
Well, I'm like, what would it not be grind? Would it be grinded upon? It's ground, right?
I guess so. Grinded on.
Grinded on? Oh, well, apologies. I didn't grind it on. I like grounded. Ground. It sounds more proper.
We were in the club and I was ground upon, and then I pulled out my King James text.
No, literally. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, I don't even know what we were talking about.
Oh, we were just talking about them like doing like the whole club thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
A big conversation of like, yeah, they're filming the music video. We see them dancing. We see them moving. But the topic of conversation of like through this whole episode is Rachel is doing her 3-part podcast with Bethany.
Yeah.
And it's like all coming out from Rachel's POV for the first time. Like, Rachel's been silent up till now, really.
We haven't seen her film with the cast
in 3 months.
Right.
Like, so yeah.
So it's our first like hearing of Rachel, and you can it really kind of sent like waves through the cast. Like, you could see it, like, even visually, even though she wasn't there. Like, I felt like they did a good job of like painting. Like, because that is always my note with Bravo. Like, it's annoying whenever we can't see these people. You know, like, you don't film an incident that happened. Cameras aren't up for Sandoval.
We just talked about it yesterday.
Right. Like, it's frustrating. But in this instance, I felt like it was good because, honestly, Rachel might be a robot. I don't know what she's saying anyways.
Yeah, no,
and
seriously.
So, like, it was good for her to have an editor and, like, kind of them move her story along line for us as a viewer, I felt, in my opinion. If you like Rachel, God bless.
Oh, bless you. Blessings somewhere.
Bless your heart.
Blessings on your heart. But yeah, no, seriously. And like, one of the things I was thinking is also just like, it was very interesting to see that perspective, because like we all, like, I listened to it vaguely and then like listened to TikTok clips. And like to listen to that and to know that like we can pull out and like zoom into their experience. So we got to have Rachel's experience live, and now we're getting to see how they took it live. And it feels like really cool. It feels like really freaky meta that like you're looking into people's homes.
It's like Big Brother vibes. It's like, it's kind of scary. It's like, it's like great reality TV.
Yeah, it was trippy.
It was trippy.
It was really cool. And honestly, the transitions were trippy last night. I was like, did these people just get on acid?
Yeah, you're like, is everyone at Coachella? What's happening?
Yeah, I'm like, who's doing Molly in these edits? Because some of them, the way they were flipping was very kaleidoscopy.
Yeah, and then they like dissolve into each other, like super weird.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, slideshow. Like, you know, when you do like, I'm like, are you doing video now? Please let me know. Yeah. So yeah, that was interesting. And Sheena's like very upset, as she should be. Lala and Sheena acted like she didn't know anything, and then she like just started listing all the facts, and I'm like, respect, okay? Like, you didn't do a full deep dive. She's like, no, I haven't listened to it. But then she was like, did you hear what she said about this? Did you hear what she said about this? Did you hear what she said about this? And I'm like, yeah, Sheena, pull out your satchel and tell us everything.
We need to know. That's funny.
And then we kind of got to it, like, so we hear the girls talk about it, but it also comes to like James and Allie, and like saying that like James is
their perspective of it.
James was like upset about it, but also just like, what am I gonna do? And like, I really liked Allie for him in that. I'm just like, what are you gonna do? Yeah,
no, truly. Nothing. Like, she's gonna say what she wants to say. Like, we have the dog now. Like, the proof is in the pudding, babe. Like, the dog is in our home. She doesn't even have it anymore. Like, how could she even open her mouth to speak about me? Like, is what I would say, frankly.
Absolutely. And like, you've taught me this a lot about like, because I can get in my own head And I talk about this before. I'm like, listen to that book of like, oh, the committee. And the committee doesn't always do you right.
Right.
And so like when I feel like things in my head like that are happening, like I'll come and tell you.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, this is happening in my head and I just need to say it out loud so it'll stop.
Right.
And like James needs Allie for that because James is going to spiral in his head.
Yeah.
And like she was able to just be like, stop.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, literally.
It's okay.
Yeah, she spoke some sense into him.
And I like that.
It was good to see. Yeah, that was good. And then we zoom out again and we get Tom at his rehearsal for his Most Extras concert.
Oh my gosh.
And it was the most extra. The pitch was all over the place. He couldn't find the pitch. It was tragic.
James shows up with Hippie and Hippie like sings along like cuz
Hippie found the pitch before Sandoval.
Yeah, they were both going, "Oh." I'm just kidding. That didn't happen, but like that's what it felt like. Like he was just howling.
Yeah.
I was like, Sandoval and the Most Extras, like they should perform it at like a dog match and see if like who can sing the loudest.
So true.
Yeah. That's my take on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the band rehearsal was horrible.
Horrible.
James and Tom are just like getting into it.
Yeah, they come into it initially okay, and then as Tom does, he takes a turn, and then James meets his energy, in my opinion, and then like it kind of explodes.
Yeah, James was like, "See you later, hater."
Yeah.
It didn't go good because Tom just asked James to open for him, and James I think is like feeling it out and considering it, and then it blows up in there. I mean, it just felt like a lot of big masculine energy.
Yes.
Like, whose ego's going to get rubbed first? Is it my ego's going to be
exactly.
First?
Exactly. No one's ego's getting stroked. Great. We're both going to erupt.
Yeah. No, that's how it like felt.
Yeah. No, and that's exactly what it was. And so he erupts, and then Sandoval has the nerve to say to him, "Go scratch your little discs," as he plays at Coachella this year.
Like, go punch some buttons.
Oh, that's what he said. Thank you.
And I was just like, okay, Tom Sandoval.
Go find the pitch. Is what I would say.
No, go find the PB.
Yeah, literally.
No, seriously. Because James he performed at Neon Carnival this year. So I just feel like also that's his justice. Like sometimes justice doesn't have to be
justice for James.
Yeah, no, seriously, justice for James. Yeah, and it's just like it happens.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to go fight battles all the time.
Facts.
Like what you're putting in, your hard work, your integrity, like that will show for itself.
The proof is in the pudding, babe. I've said it to James once. I said it again. The proof is in the pudding, babe.
Person that said that I work for, and they said it on like a news statement.
Oh,
they were like, "If you want to know, the proof is in the pudding," and it was like,
"It's a tried and true statement."
On Channel 9 News, and I was just like, "I'm like, I love that." Yeah,
I mean, like some statements ring true throughout time.
It does, and the proof is in the pudding is a great statement. And then we kind of get into Lala's. Wait, I didn't talk about something.
Tell me, back it up.
Music video. Well, let's just do like the theme of like Lala's sperm donor party.
Okay, so yes, Lala, as we mentioned, is pregnant now, but she's going through IUI and is in the process of picking out a sperm donor.
And she really wants to do this because she's had such a hard custody battle with her ex, Randall. And, you know, she wants to just feel like she can control her baby. And there hasn't been any good, like, men options for her. And, like, not wanting to have to share custody. And so, like, I think it's a very interesting approach. But, like, I respect the crap out of it. And just, like, how she's just, like, taking everything into her hands to, like, make it possible. Like, she wants this for her daughter. She wants this for herself. We see how emotional she is about it. We see how grounded she is in it. And I'm just, like, I'm obsessed with that.
Obsessed.
I think it's really cool. And I love how she's doing this party. Well, one thing I didn't love.
What?
While they were filming the Good as Gold commercial music video, Lala had the audacity to ask Ariana if they could film it at her house.
Right, if they could host the party at her house. Yes, and film, but yes.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I was shooketh too.
Shook. Like I made Tanner back it up. I was like, I know she didn't just ask what I think she asked. And you're like, no, I don't think shit that happened. I was like, no, back it up. I swear that's
because the way even Lala approached it was like so meek and mild. Like I missed it, and she should have approached it meek and mild. She shouldn't have even asked.
She should
because you were like she should have rented out a house for a day, got an Airbnb. Like I would have done anything besides ask the woman that I have harassed all season about moving out of the home with the man she once had a relationship with. Like it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It just like it feels like okay. Well, since you're not going to do this, can I like capitalize on you staying there, even though I've talked crap about it, and she continues to talk about it. I'm pointing to the TV in rage right now. She continues to talk about it in her confessionals and on the after show. So don't ask me if you can use my house,
right? If
you don't even think I should be in it.
True.
That really pissed me off.
No, I agree.
That was giving Lauren from Utah for me.
That was very Lauren from Utah. It was
That
not
was-
giving Lala.
It was not giving like I understand anything. It was not. It was giving like I have the audacity.
Mm-hmm.
It was. It wasn't good.
It was something.
But Ariana says no. She's like, our house is a mess. I'm really glad she said
Well,
that.
Anne's gone, and you see, and I think that was good. They got to pan to the house, looking a wreck, and then they even shaded them because they were like, this is not just because Tom and Anne ours is gone. Like,
Right.
this has been a continuous thing.
Since 2014.
Right, and then they cut back to years of footage of sink full of dishes, like beds unmade, clothes everywhere, a bathroom a disaster.
Right. It's like a pattern for them. And like without systems and like support for organization, like it's not going to happen.
Listen, since Ariana's come to all this money and has a new home, call Cunningham Configurations.
Call Cunningham Configurations. It's literally what we do.
Yeah.
We do home organization and deep cleaning services. We prefer to do your home organization services,
Facts.
but happy to be a deep cleaner.
True.
But no, seriously. And like to just set up people with systems to make their life easier. Like that's the whole point. I can't tell you how much easier my life is now that I have like organization systems. I'm like, oh, I just like catch up with that on Tuesday and then I do this on like Wednesday and like I make sure if this happens then I'll just do this. Like I just have like small systems that like have made my life so much easier. That's what they need because they have the space now.
Oh, they certainly have the space. Yeah, they just need to.
Because before I do think it was so messy.
Yeah, because it was a small area for sure.
But like now, yeah, it's just gross. And so actually, I'm like tangenting still. We'll get back to Lala's sperm donor party, but Sheena Shay, she did one of the. I didn't want to forget this.
What?
She was so sweet.
Right.
She went and helped her and Brock. She like saddled up her trophy husband, and as Charlie would call him, it's great. Like if you can be a trophy husband, that's awesome. Love that for you. They went and they cleaned her home, and they helped her sift through things. And Sheena would touch stuff that was Tom's, and because Ariana's like, I'm not doing any of that, and I respect that because I wouldn't either. Like I would have there are things that like when I double down. I'm like, I'm not touching it. It's not mine. I don't even want like if somebody came in to do like a fingerprint check for them to see that I ever touched it in the last 3 months. I respected Ariana.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting.
Right.
So
no, Sheena was like a really good friend. She really rode for her in that moment, cleaned their house, loved to see it. We've done that for friends and family. Like it is an act of love. It's an act of service. And like if you do that for someone, it's because you're a real one. And it's because you really care for them and like you know they're going through something.
Absolutely. And yeah, we have done it like Tanner said. And like we've like gone places further and done that because like they went through like something like really tragic or hard. And like a clean space is like a sanctuary, especially when you're in sadness. So like it just helps you like lift your mood. So I really respected that. I thought it was really sweet.
For
Sheena
sure.
did. Like what I just said about lift your mood, she goes, if I'm seeing Ariana's house like this, like what is she feeling on the inside? It's just like an outward like expression sometimes. And Sheena gets a lot of flack from me, but I thought that was a really selfless, good friend move. And that shows me how selfless she actually is.
Yeah.
Because you don't go spend your time cleaning other people's homes unless you love them for free.
True.
Back to the sperm donor party.
So she asked to host it at Ariana's. Ariana says no. So then she goes to the next best option, LVP.
As she should. That's where she should have started in the first place.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to do this, you should. She went to LVP though when?
At Tom Tom.
The day before.
Right, at Tom Tom. They're there, and she comes to Lisa the day before, and Lisa's still not even on board really with the idea. She's like, are you sure this is like what you want to do? Like you're going to be a single mom, girl, like basically is what she says. And she's like, yes, like this is actually like I've thought about it, like this is what's for me. And she's like she gets emotional, and Lisa's like, okay, then I'm on board. Like I don't have to understand it, but like I love you and this is what you want. I see that. And that's a great friend too. Like that's like all you can ask for a lot of times from people because they can't always understand where you're at.
No.
And if as long as they love you and support you in your decision, like great.
Right. They call you out on your flags, but then she asked her and then she said, okay. Like what more could you want?
No,
like,
literally.
Exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Like no notes.
No
what
notes.
What more could you want? And I really appreciate that about Lisa. And she caved and said, yes. And she was like, great, I already have the caterer. I have
the balloons.
Like Lala had everything prepped, just no location. And I was thinking about this, how annoyed as somebody who likes to be like super planned and prepped, I would be to be like, you have me, you have me booked and you have everything, but where am I showing up to? Because I've already bought all the materials and all the things. Like,
well, and if you don't know the venue, how much materials do you know that you need? Frankly, like the balloon people, like. If they were doing it at Ariana's house, it's very different than Villa Rosa. Villa Rosa is a huge space.
Exactly. That's what I was like. So I was just like, these poor people.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Well, she did it. She pulled it off. It was a sweet idea. I think that them reading through the sperm donors, whatever, I don't know. It was not weird. It was just like, obviously from the beginning we knew which one they were going to choose. Like, it didn't feel like a choice to me, if that's what I'm actually trying to say. Like, as soon as they read that very first man, I was like, yeah, obviously him.
Yeah, like,
and then they read the other two, and everyone was like, wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, and some people voted for the other ones, though.
I think I would have liked it better if they would have put him, the third man, at the very end. Like, that, for me, as a viewer, that would have made the most sense. Like, give me kind of the bad people up front. Not even bad, just like the least desirable sperm up front. And then at the end, give me the best one.
You know what I wish they would have had? I know they had visuals in
If someone clips that, I'll die.
Clip it, baby. Ah, clip that.
Yeah.
No, I do. I respect that opinion, but what I wanted more.
What?
I know they had a visual, but if I was them, as a learner, as somebody who teaches learning,
yeah,
I wish they would have had a presentation would have been an eyesore.
Disgusting, yeah.
But they could have had a really pretty board that gave us facts about each one of them, so they could look up and connect at the same time. Everybody was just looking down in the scene, and it wasn't as fun to watch. But I did think the party was if you're gonna do it, what other way are you gonna do it?
True. No, and pin the sperm on the vagina. Funny.
And she had so many people there that were just supportive.
Yeah.
And love Lala. I love seeing Lala's mom there. I see Lala's mom all the time on Lala's Instagram and Lala's podcast. But it is fun to see. Her mom's also name is Lisa. So it's fun to see both Lisas in the room together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fun and cute. And Lisa Vanderpump at the end said she had more fun helping Lala conceive her child than she did her own.
Yeah, that was cute. And I thought
that was sweet.
That was cute. Yeah, so that was good. Is that kind of where the episode wraps? I don't recall.
Yeah, it kind of it keeps going on, but
pretty much that's the meat and potatoes of it.
Yeah, what we really got into at the end was just James not knowing, Allie and James talking to, and Allie was just I don't know if I want to be a wife or a mother.
And
that's
James
not what I've never seen from myself.
Crying, yeah.
And that was hard to see. And also, I'm just surprised I haven't had that conversation. But they're partying, they're having a good time. Maybe it wasn't the time for that conversation. They'd moved in together really fast though, so it's just hard for me to
imagine.
Well, and to just walk on eggshells and not bring something up. James has clearly been thinking about it. Allie clearly isn't thinking about it. What is that? Yeah, I just couldn't. I don't know. I can't walk on eggshells in my own home.
It does worry me because Allie seems very adamant, and I love that. She should be strong in her opinions. I'm not saying that at all, but
I just don't know if they're gonna work.
That's me. If he's so badly, because I saw him be very emotional about it, wants to have a wife, wants to have children, he's bought a home. I can see he's gearing himself up for those things, and yet she is someone who's telling him a direct opposite of something that he is desiring. And so, at what point can you move forward? And at what point do you cut your losses?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I genuinely don't know at what point you move forward and cut your losses, because they are happy together.
Right. And she's great for him. I love them together.
Yeah. I'm actually at Allie staying. I really like her.
Yeah.
I like them together. I like what she's brought to the table. She's very level-headed.
And we saw her come under fire a little bit with the girl. She handled it well too.
Yeah, she was just I said what I said.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about her. She's very straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
And I also respect the fact that that might not be what she wants.
Right.
And I just never want people to be in a situation where they're telling themselves that they want this and then settling, and that's not what they wanted. And then even more heartbreak happens down the road.
Right.
So
exactly.
That's just all I'm thinking about with them. Is I just don't want that heartbreak to set in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then after that, we slow rolled right into the Valley. We said we weren't going to watch it, and this is something we kind of talked about last night. We might watch every 2 or 3 episodes, because no idea what happened in the last 2 episodes that we missed, but I don't think it was important, because where we picked up, it was we never left.
Yeah, we saw the highlights from the other episodes, watched some TikToks, and kept it moving, and it was great last night. And Brittany, they all getting basically it's kind of just the boys versus the girls last night. It's kind of what I got.
Boys night versus girls night, yeah.
And I won't get super into it.
Yeah, there's no
need. Already
need.
talked for so long.
Yeah,
but,
no, agreed.
Brittany and Jax are clearly not doing good. Jesse and Michelle are doing really bad. There's going to be a bomb that comes about Michelle soon. It was something that I wasn't expecting for her, but I think we already know what it is, and so it's gonna be interesting. We all think she cheated on him, but it's
with
all
a
alleged.
Producer.
We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We will see. But yeah, Jax and Brittany are not doing good. We see all that play out, and it makes a lot of sense. And the way they kind of paint Brittany, kind of wild. But anyways, yeah, we'll just leave it there. because we've spent so much time.
I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
The one thing I do want to say is that Janet had me LOLing.
Love Janet.
Tanner and I were like, when Janet said this, we both looked at each other and we're like, this is us.
No,
she
it's
was
literally
like,
us.
all of my friends, duh. I look on Zillow. I look up that MLS.
Yeah.
Because they were going to this Malibu beach home. She goes, I immediately looked it up on Zillow.
It's a beautiful $20 million mansion.
Yeah. And I'm like, same sister. Like, if I can look it up and pull up that MLS page, whoo, I'm looking it up. I want to know what you paid.
I need to know what their HOA fee is.
Like, what are your taxes that you're paying? How do they compare my taxes? How are your taxes lower than my taxes when we paid the same thing?
Facts.
Like, those are all things that, like, I look into.
Yeah.
And, like, no, we had to this last year because of the way property taxes were rising. And, like, I was in everybody's MLS
in
feed.
everybody's business.
So, yeah, we say all that to say, thank you so much for listening to the Couple Couch Podcast.
Yeah.
Where we give you all, like, our opinions, hot takes, and everything all throughout the week, Monday through Friday. We'll be going live later this afternoon. And we look forward to seeing you there on YouTube. Go in and subscribe now so you can get notification when we go live. Talk to you later.
Love you. Bye.